Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. Transformation Tuesday. Yep, Transformation Tuesday, the final day of September on our human level. And our month of September, Judy Matejcek, winning life mastery consultant and world class paradigm shifter. And what we're dedicated to on Transformation Tuesday and shifting is this community, beautiful community of everyone that I know, and we're dedicated to shift and uplift the planet. How's that sound? Expansion and expansion and expansion. We've been coming to you every Tuesday since March of 2020. And the transformation of the world and within us has been phenomenal. So before we start, our month of September has been so focused on setting intentions to, believing in ourselves, self-love, self-care. And so I wanted to read to you today a little bit about your heart knows the way. Okay, so take a deep breath in here with me, everybody. Isn't it great that we can breathe? I'm not deep breathing like all the time. Time to settle in. Okay, your heart knows the way. As we awaken to the dawning of this new day, let's gather up the common threads of our journey into passion and purpose, to love and to be loved, to give and to receive, to be ourselves, to express our unique creativity. And I love that Penny's got her dancing shoes on. And to forge a personal relationship with the divine, our higher power, our God. So with that, I am so pumped that we have Penny on here today. So let me tell you a bit about Penny Bromley. She has such a beautiful story. And Penny, I've known you behind the scenes on computer, and when I met you in person at Anaheim, there was this spark that I thought, whoa, I would love to get to know you more because you have this spark and energy of love exuding from you. So let me read to everyone else here about Penny. Penny, inspires and empowers people to live their highest vision in the context of love and joy. How's that? And you have a passion to helping women reclaim their true joy, unlock their natural potential, achieve outrageous success, and live a life that they truly love living. So, you've done so many years of personal development work, and now we're in the study of this universal laws of the universe with our mentor, Mary Morrissey, and also TranscenDance with Jennifer Jimenez. So and the other thing that's interesting to me that you graduated with honors, earning a bachelor's degree in business administration from the University of Phoenix, San Diego. For me, like, oh, okay, so you've got both sides of the ring going on there. Yeah. So when you're not serving others, you're serving yourself, right?
Yes.
Through your ongoing photography walks, traveling, dancing, creative art, causing trouble with mini schnauzers, and spending time with friends and family, quiet evening with your husband, Ben. How blessed. So I would love to have you come on and just speak a little bit to us about who you are, why you are, and what you'd have to share with us today. Come on in here, Penny.
Oh, Judy, thank you so much. I am honored and so grateful to be here chatting with you today. Wow. And talk about Anaheim. I felt that same spark. You are like a magnet in the middle of the sea of people. It's amazing. I just want you to know that your messages, your ongoing giving, all the messages you send, but especially the Instagram photos that you do, because you capture the light across the water or streaming in through the trees, or even little ducklings. It all just brings me joy. And I'm so grateful for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yay. Yeah. So I'm here today and so grateful to be talking about self-love because that is the lesson. That is my lesson. That's the lesson I'm here to learn. So I'm going to start by telling you about a little bit. So we'll just start in. I was born an artist. And like Judy said, I graduated in business. And so I worked as an executive assistant and project manager. And I had no time to be creative and I felt trapped. So I had, like a lot of people, I had a wicked inner critic, the one that makes you feel incompetent and unlovable. And and at the time, I'm getting in my late 40s and my all my relationships are crumbling and everything is really hard. And then I had to stop working altogether to take care of my mom. She had Alzheimer's. So I became her caregiver. And my mom, wow, she was my ground. She was my fiercest ally, best friend. She was brave and strong and creative and curious, self reliant. And our relationship was um, as difficult as it was loving. Um, and so here we are. She fell deep into Alzheimer's and our roles reversed. And, whoo, no warning there. So, so it was a journey for both of us to walk down together. And I can only imagine um, the depth of my mom's experience because she was navigating incomprehensible journey, at the end. And I can tell you that walking alongside her on her path, I felt abandoned, full of guilt, and just overwhelmed with grief and unrelenting exhaustion. And the stress was so unbearable, I dropped to 86 pounds. I had severe inflammation and joint swelling and migraines and psoriasis. I was literally wasting away just like my mom. So there we were, but we were in it together. And she was so independent. The hardest thing was she couldn't drive. But she would constantly ask when she lost her space. She would constantly say, "Okay, I'm ready to go home now." And and then she's like, "Oh, okay, we've got to go. We've got to go." So I this one day I took her in the car, and luckily we live close to canyons, beautiful canyons. And I took her in the car and sat her uh, uh, rolled all the windows down and drove up the canyon. And as we drove, there's a creek running alongside the road. And so we had the windows down so she could hear the water. We could hear the water flowing. We're driving up this winding canyon, and it was in the evening as the light, in that magic light hour. We got to the top, and the road narrows at the top, and there's these huge cottonwood trees that kind of lean over to each other, right? And they were dropping cotton because it was that time of year. And the light was so low, it was catching the cotton. So it was like little sparkles of light. It was literally like being in a fairy tale. The sounds and the fresh air and the scene and being with her, and she was completely calm, completely relieved, and we just listened, and amazing, amazing. So I found in that moment that there's all this struggle, right? And it's hard, and you're trying to manage everything and make it right. But sometimes you just have to let go and let the joy come up, because there's this, that's what I found, this undercurrent of joy that's under there. But I wasn't letting it come up. So her I realized coming down the canyon, that when this whole time she'd be talking about, I'm ready to go home. It wasn't home, her house home. It was, uh she was ready to transition. Her favorite um quote from Rumi was, the out beyond ideas of wrong doing and right doing, there's a field, and I'll meet you there. And the world is so full to talk about ideas, language, even the phrase each other doesn't make any sense. And and I know in my heart that's what she had in her mind when we were there. So I brought her that peace, and what a gift. What a gift to both of us to do that. So, and she had a long struggle with unrelenting fear. But she finally transitioned, and I had the profound privilege to be there with her, holding her hand, as she's passing. And I leaned in and I whispered in her ear just one last promise. I promised to find joy in every single moment. And watching her fade, I realized that a part of me felt deep grief. But there was also room in there for me to feel the joy of all the love, all the times we had together, all the love of my mom. And I'm so grateful in that space. And um, so I fell into deep grief, and I lost sight of the joy. And until I came across that mentor, you know, that mentor you and I share. Mary Morrissey, wow. She just came out of nowhere, and the, her amazing wisdom and love. She just exudes love, right? And the community, and so many lessons. So I worked through that, and I've been able to incorporate. And the biggest piece, the most important piece, is the self-love.
Tell me more.
This,
That is like you're a part of you is gone.
yeah,
A
yeah.
part of you is gone, and and it's not a spiritual bypass.
No.
So tell me more about that journey to find yourself, probably still the wave, and letting yourself be on whatever part of the wave.
right? I am still on it. I still get epiphanies. I still feel her all the time. She's with me all the time. And she sends me little, you know, she'll come, she sends me little nudges, and I know it's her. So, um, but
You talk about self-love. When you get in those spots where you know that you're spiraling
mm,
downward and stuff, what is a tool that you um, that you use that possibly you can share? Tell me like a tool that you use to that possibly we all, well, yeah, we all can use, that is right there. You know,
right,
I don't know, when it used to hit me was when I was like, boom, boom, boom. I'm a school teacher, and the feelings would come up, and I'm like, I can't have the feeling right now. Tell us about that experience. I'm sure you have, maybe you don't, but I did. Those experience of like, oh my God, if they see me cry, they're going to see that I'm
hmm
weak.
hmm right? That whole face that you put on every morning to go out into the world, right? This the shining smile, no matter what's going on in your head, no matter how you're feeling, and you give and give and give, right? And then you come home exhausted. Yeah. So the thing I found was the most helpful, the most powerful tools are the tiny little things. The tiny little things like that gratitude that you speak of at the beginning, right? For this brand new day that Mary gave us, right? That knowing that I woke up, not everyone's waking up. And for a long time, when it was really deep and dark in there, that's all I had was that gratitude. That's all I could do was lay in bed and generate gratitude, right? And it started out small, like I'm gratitude for the sun is shining. I'm gratitude for that I have a safe place to live and, that. But I'm learning, as I study more and more that gratitude right? I'm gratitude in this opportunity, right? To find the good, right? That's, so it's expanding, expanding, expanding that gratitude. So important for me. It's the core for me. And I do a lot of little things in the morning routine. I do the gratitude, I do a meditation that connects me mind body, and I and connects me with the spirit breathing me and lifts my vibration. And so before I even get out of bed, I'm doing the gratitude, the meditation. And then throughout my day, I do that tiny loving kindness, like giving kindness. Like when I go out into the world now, I don't put on all that big face, but I have my smile and I share it. So I share it with everyone and I make eye contact with people. For a long time, I was like floating through my days, completely oblivious, just trying to sneak by. And yeah, so now I make eye contact and smile. I open doors. I return the shopping carts, just those little tiny things that make you feel like you're part of it. Like because the connection is really important. And I lived my whole life trying to disconnect, trying to shut out, trying to steal myself away. And yeah, so many gifts, such little steps, so many gifts.
Well, there's one other thing I want you to talk about that's going to lead us into something else for me as well, is I can put on some music. Which, and the power of music and
Uh-huh.
movement. So I know we were talking about this this earlier, and I was saying, well, music is like candy to me. And
Right?
when I find like something that's like I've never heard before, I get curious. I want to know. I get put it on, but I also want to know. I mean, I would love to know, right? Who wrote it? What was their inspiration and why? Where when that download of the music came,
Mhm.
and staying curious with the movement and music. So I want this to segue into like your transcendence movement now because that has evolved as well.
Absolutely.
Are you here like okay, I blah 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 blah? It's like your body and your movement. So tell us a little bit about that right now.
What a huge gift, Transcendence. Jennifer Jimenez, and Transcendence. Wow.
What
What?
is it? Tell us what it is and why it's important to you.
Okay. So, Transcendence is relaxing, stretching. It's a powerful fusion of a whole bunch of things. So, stretching, deep breathing, fun, free form movement, conscious dance, positive, creative visualization, energy healing, and embodiment coaching and life empowerment. It's like a powerhouse packed. Um, it takes about 90 minutes to do a full session, 10 stages, and it just takes you on a journey into your deepest self. And the most amazing thing for me is that you are in the midst of it, in the middle, dancing. There's no steps, they're all yours. You spirit's dancing you, right? And you're releasing all this stress and tension and old trauma, all the stuff you've been carrying in your body your whole life you didn't even know was there, and it just goes, it just releases, and you feel completely different. I dance every day, and it shifts me every day. It's just deeper, deeper, deeper every time. It is beautiful,
One of
amazing.
the things I've found when I've done transcendence is like at first I'll be conscious of everyone around me. There's really powerful in a group. I could dance all over the place with myself right here, which is great. But when I'm in with the group, like, oh wow, like but being with a group of people who are letting it go and like, oh my God, I remember that dance step from high school. It's like, because they're, for me, they're in my body, those steps from high school, or even when I was a kid, they're still in there waiting to get shaken out. So, and the other thing I want to ask you too is like, what if, there's a question out here, what if um, my body is so frozen that it can't move and I get embarrassed because I'm not moving like everyone else. Um, Tell me about that.
That is the biggest power of transcendence, that it's for all mobility levels. You can dance from a bed, in a chair. You can dance in your mind. So even if you can't move, you take in that music and you imagine, because that it moves energy. Even so, I do transcendence with my sister. She has severe rheumatoid arthritis, and she dances from a chair, and she'll move what she can move, and it's different every day, but it's the energy, the breath work, the and all the, oxygenating, and the free form movement, right? You're not having to follow steps. And um that's the biggest gift, I believe, is that anyone
Exactly.
anyone can do it.
And
And
it's fun. So what I would love now is, so is to like, okay, so you've told your story about in being in that the deep grief and coming out of it and everything. And I would just love to, I don't want to say, okay, everybody here, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're watching this live, I would love to ask you, are you willing to do an experiment today with music?
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm just going to ask, like, all the people watching this on Facebook, on YouTube, be, are you willing to do a maybe even 3-minute experiment by digging out maybe an old song or turning on the radio and just move and move? That's what we were talking about, these little baby steps, okay? And, and what if by you giving yourself that 30 seconds, 3 minutes, you shifted and you uplifted yourself? And when you shift and uplift you, guess what happens to everybody else around you? Like, boo, well, oh my gosh, what's she on? Like, whoa. And like, and it's baby steps, baby steps, baby steps.
Yeah.
What if by giving yourself each day, or you don't even, it's one day at a time. I heard this weekend, what if this one day was your day one?
Mm.
Okay, and if you are willing to have this one day be your day one, put some stuff in the comments below. We will get you in touch with Penny or whatever. And okay, but you, and yes, this is really cool. Sit back and watch it and stuff. But the action I'm asking, the ask is put something in the comments. Get a hold of us. You know how to get a hold of me, and I'll get a hold of Penny. But what if that one movement, hey, a movement is taking that finger and go, grr. How
Mm.
often do we click and scroll mindlessly? What if this click, boom, comment, let's groove together, groove together. What if that was the trajectory that changed your body, your mind, your spirit, and shifted?
Mm.
What if? So, here's the question I ask at the end of each one of these. Okay, Penny. So we're driving down the road or whatever. Sometimes you live in a place where there's beautiful canyons,
Mm.
right? That's up in Utah.
Yeah.
Imagine. I'm just imagining. Imagine what Utah would be like. And or, well, I live in kind of a populated area. There's billboards everywhere. That's why I did this. And there was your picture up there. Or how about when people imagine your face or they see your face? What is the message, like even in a sentence or a couple of words, that you would love to have everybody associate you with and your message that will ripple out into the world?
Okay, I have to be honest, Judy. I did a little homework. I knew the question was coming.
Oh, great. I love it.
So I am picturing my billboard is a little bit long, so I'm picturing it either at the bottom of an off ramp at a stop sign, or when you're driving across Nevada from Salt Lake to Reno in that long desert, we could maybe do two billboards, one and then the other a little bit later. So it says, "Dare to choose joy. Embrace every experience with a wide open heart."
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, well, here we go. We're going to do one of the. Oh, yeah, let me go like this and click this magic button up here. Okay, now we're side by side to. We're going to send energy to you. Oh, wow. What if we're going from Utah to Austin, Texas, and everything in between? Oh, as well as everybody else, too. Let's imagine that, because I'm sitting here in Austin, Texas. I think I'll go like this. You know how you go like this? Like we just did. Okay, so Say it again, and I'm going to be the receiver of your message, and then we'll put it back at you.
Okay. Dare to choose joy. Embrace every experience with a wide open heart.
I receive, and I'm going to put it back at you. You know, real connection, right? I'm daring to receive joy in every
Mm.
moment.
Ooh, I feel it.
All right. Well, thank you so
Okay.
much. I'm so looking forward to connecting and dancing with you extremely well very soon, in fact.
Thank you so much, Judy. This was such a pleasure. I can talk to you all day.
Me too. All right. There you go. Okay. You got it.